Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's Midday Money on a Tuesday, the 12th of March. Welcome on into the show. Hope everybody's doing well. Hit the like button here. Sean Higgs YouTube channel, winning free picks wherever you're watching. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. If you haven't followed on Twitter, give me a Twitter follow. Again, YouTube, be sure, listen, the winning free pick page is super. The Sean Higgs page, we'll be doing more live stuff on there with, obviously, baseball coming up, but with the tournament stuff. I'm thinking Thursday, Friday, maybe some live, although I'm not huge into live betting, but, we could sit and maybe just talk a little longer as opposed to just doing that like a half hour little rundown because we had a lot of games to talk about. And, of course, on Sunday, Selection Sunday, I will have listen, I'm not going to do it as as the picks come up, as they do the show, but after that, I do the late night money, but it won't be totally late night money. I'll try to get all the lines and put up some banners, get all that done so we could talk about it. I'll be doing something live there. Maybe, who knows? Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll have some guests. Maybe I'll try to get some other guys come in and talk about stuff. I don't know. What do you think? But, podcast forms. Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, all those goodies. Come give me a follow. Let's go have some fun. Give me a follow, folks. Recapping yesterday, a 3-2 day. Gonzaga gets it done. We'll take a winning day. I know people don't like 3-2 days, but you add that up over 100 plays. That's a 60% win clip. 45-15, 75%, down a little bit from our 80% high. But let's be honest with you. If you thought I was going to hit 80% for the rest of March Madness, you're probably broke already from the way you bet. So that does not happen. I'll take 3-2 days every day. And we got some added plays from last night. We'll add them to the show, and away we go here. Let's tweet it out. They're tweeting on the X or the X'd out. I don't even know what you want to call it. All right, so that was the recap from yesterday. 3-2, we'll take it. I go 4-1 on the sites. Wonderful. Today's games. Oklahoma State +4, West Virginia 10.5, St. Louis -2.5, and Miami. That was the money line play -115 last night. It's gone up a little bit. 2 ads. I got to take double-digit dogs here in championship games. Stony +10, Denver +10. We had Stony Brook yesterday on the sites. You're going to give me 10 points. I'm going to take 10 points. It's just that simple. I'll grab the points here. Why wouldn't I take 10 points? Denver's got a guy who leads the nation in scoring. They're playing, and they're actually playing some low-scoring games here. So I'm going to get 10 points. I will take 10 and 10 all the time. I do have Davidson myself in early action. I probably should have used this one last night here instead of putting the St. Louis game, or I should put Davidson because it was 11:30 game. I know people love their action, but I do have Davidson -3.5. We'll see how that goes. I got the pending Milwaukee 20-1 for the Horizon. We need a winner there because them and Lehigh are the only 2 left we got from our first round of tournaments. Cleveland State went down, but we still have Milwaukee. And then everything else losers. We are sitting on a 0-7 with a 20-1, and the Lehigh is 650. So if we catch one of these, we're even basically. And if it's Lehigh, we'll be down $50. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The other ones are scrolling for the conferences underway. They were here yesterday. They're here today. I'm going to put the picks up in the comments section, and then we'll see what people have to say, and then we'll move on with our day. Big day today. I think I'm going to go to Costco. I'll do a little Costco trip today. The wife, that's fun. That's fun stuff. Anyway, all right. Picks are in the chat. Let's go. Sports Savant says, love the Zags second half last night. Well, that was last night. Listen, I like the Zags over last night, so that was a nice cash for me. Sports Savant. I like that name, Sports Savant. Do you follow me on Twitter? I have to give you a follow. Obviously, you know a little bit about sports with a name like Sports Savant. I do like Gonzaga today. I almost added him here. Although it was 1.5, it's up to 3.5. Moneyline Markel is in the house. Where you been hiding, Moneyline Markel? Tim Earl's in the house. ECU Bandit loves betting college baseball and spring training. Bandit's in the house, Anthony. Finally able to bet my college basketball future. Oakland minus 104 yesterday. $2 on Carolina plus 190. I like it. South Florida for a 5-1. Why not take a South Florida 5-1? I like it. Texas worth a shot. $50 for 23. Ryder and Quinney. Yeah, Ryder and Quinney. Those are our teams. That's what we've had in the AA MAAC. That's what we've been riding. And you took the Mount as well, huh? Hey, listen. If one of those hits, even if it's Quinney at $65, it's a winner. People will say that's not good, but they're the same people who believe in unicorns, I guess, too. Take the winning day. Take a win. Denver is 10.5 on the Superbook. Well, I put a 10 up. That's what it is. I try to use a good line. Sports Savants, the lines do change because I put them out the night before sometimes, and I don't try to use like a random kind of. I mean, not that Superbook is a random one-off, but the consensus is more of a 10. I try to use those numbers or what is up at the time. There's Sean Higgs. There's winning free picks. Our guy Dennis O'Brien in the Facebook page. We love it. King D's in the house. He's saying hello to Moneyline. Markel hasn't been here. Costco and some Bed Bath & Beyond, maybe some Home Depot. I don't know. I don't know if we'll just have enough time. No Home Depot. Bed Bath & Beyond. My daughter wants some candles or something. She wants to go. She's like, can we go? So I don't know if that's what I'm doing today. But Costco is definitely on the agenda. I need to pick up my milk. Love to get the 3-pack of milk there. I always buy water. And who knows? Who knows what else? It's Costco. Tim Rolls says, on my way to Wilmington now for some ECU baseball. You going to wear your Mercury Mets jersey? Jeff's in the house, my guy. Straight out of Louisiana. On Gonzaga and flipping over cockroaches. Doing the Lord's work, Jeff. Killing them bugs. Good to see you. Manuel Markel says, lately catching the show late, but I'm here. Yeah, I know you're here. I appreciate it. I'm on the Knicks. New York Knicks over Philadelphia. I'll say okay because I don't like Philly. You know what? I should have added the Kings in here. I do like Sacramento today. I bet the Kings. A little bit of the dog here versus the Bucks. I did a free pick with Jesse and Ross, and I'm like, normally NBA no betting allowed, Moneyline Raquel, but I like the Kings spot. They play up to better teams, and this is the 9th road game in 11 games for Milwaukee. It's just a bad spot. Give me the Kings at home. Here's my guy, Marcos Minute. Good to see you. I've been rolling Marcos Minutes for you the last couple of days. You haven't even been around. Patton says Wagner, 7.5 dog of the day. Yeah, I was looking at the Northeast and America East here. You got the Wagner, Hampshire, Bryant. I thought about grabbing all of these little doggies, but I decided against it. You know what I noticed? A lot of total moves this morning from last night. I mean, McNeese 144 to a 140. 140, 137. Nichols went from 140, 137. McNeese was 144 to 140 and a half. South Dakota State, Denver, 164 to 158. 142 and a half to 139 in Montana. 135 to 133 in Montana State. I mean, the totals moving in tournaments. Sports Savant, understood, just trying to help anyone who may be shopping Denver. Well, Sports Savant, I'm always tell people, you got to shop around. You need, especially with, your FanDuels and DK and BetMGMs, you have, if you're in a state, you should have a minimum of 3. That's not counting if you have an offshore joint to get down on. So I always say shop around. It adds up. I mean, a half point here or there, it adds up a ton. I say that all the time, whether it's in football or basketball. If you're not getting the best number, and it's not even about like, CLV. I mean, you want the best number. Goes over 100 games or 500 or 1,000 games, that is going to be a big, big difference. And I don't think people look at it as it. People look at it like one day, like, I'm won today. I can lose today on a way I like to bet a game, but The next 6 times I might win 5 of those, and then I'm 5-2 in that spot. You know. Rory's in the house by Kansas when 2 of their starters are out. I like Kansas at 12-1. Right. When I do my little previews, I will never like. I didn't take anything in the WCC. What do we have? Gonzaga was a -125. I think Mary's was a 130, whatever. Colgate was -$2. Houston -130. I'm never going to give out Purdue's even money. I will never give out that even kind of play. If I'm going to do something, it'll be a little down the board kind of shot. So Kansas is a team that, yep, a couple guys out, but it's still a Kansas program. I like the coach. I'm going to go Kansas. Um, if you want to just take faves and huge money line favorites in baseball, that is not my show. I don't do that. And for the tourneys, every tourney pick is that I put out is it's going to be a small play for me. I'm not putting thousands of dollars on this thing, $50, $100. If it hits, super. If it doesn't, I'm not losing any sleep over it. I'm kind of taking a shot somewhere down the line. I mean, let's be honest. Houston should win that conference. They lost 3 times all year. Pick a team you think's going to beat them and then bet them. I like Kansas. That's just mine. Everybody's going to have a different kind of team they think is going to win a conference. I'm going to take, as you see, my teams. They're not well, Utah State is the 1 seed, but they're not even a favorite in that conference. Dana Delp's in the house. Player Prop Kings here. Early midday money. Isn't it 12 o'clock? What do you mean? I mean, maybe, are you here early? Player Prop? I'm confused now. You said this, is it not? I thought it was midday money time. Great call on over last night. Yeah, I will take it, Kevin. I will take the over. I was looking for Gonzaga to come out and do that. It started out a little slow. I was a little worried, but we'll take a win. We'll take a win when it's an easy one. Patty likes the Davidson under. I couldn't pull the trigger. Kicking myself right now. You know, you get these unders. You have a 11:30 starts with bad teams. You think I could get a ugliness, right? All you're hearing is, you turn the game on and you hear the sneakers and nobody's in the stands yet, stuff like that. I mean, listen, it looks like it's going to be an under. I get it, but you can't do that, pal. This game could go to triple overtime. It goes over. Then what? Player Prop King is 2-1 Friday, nothing on Saturday, Sunday. You got any college baseball? I know you'll have something for us. The Truth. What about Wake? $9. See, there's a shot. You want to take a shot on Wake at 9-1? I don't hate taking that. I'm never going to say. I took Carolina at 190 because I like Carolina. And I've said most of the year that Carolina, Houston, UConn are like my Final Four kind of teams. If you want to take a Wake, if you think maybe something like Clemson or someone goes on a run, I'm not going to say no. That's what the tournament's about. Taking a shot on something other than the team that's -140 to win it. We like to call it Arch Madness, right? It's Cinderellas. It's everybody wants the underdogs to win. Well, here's your chance. Here's your chance, underdogs. And we've seen a couple already in the small conferences, though. Dana likes Nebraska Big Ten. I've been a Nebraska backer since November. We've had Nebraska a few times, and they're playing well coming in. I think they've won 6 or 7. And with the Big Ten, like all these teams, your road records, again, neutral courts now. I kind of don't really dwell into that in tournament time, but you're playing good. You're 6-1. You beat teams. And who you have? You got Indiana. My thing is that they'll probably face Indiana, who's kind of playing better now, who's won 4 in a row themselves. But yeah, what do you get? 9-1? Why not 9-1? Like I said last night when I was doing the show for my preview for here, I said, Michigan State is 14-1. I got Izzo, but I mean, again, I didn't do anything in the Big Ten because that team, you thought they were coming on. Right, they started slow, then all of a sudden they win 4 or 5 in February, and then they drop 4 or 5. So, and now you're facing Minnesota, who's the best cover team. I'm sure these lines are going to be up shortly, so I'll jump into those to get on those things soon enough. But Uh, what do you got? 9-1. I don't hate it, Dana. Well, take the plus monies. Here's some baseball from our guy. Alabama money line and the Vandy plus 120. Lock it up. The King is coming in. Stony Brook and Hofstra game. Stony Brook never in doubt. Getting it done for us, King Day. More college baseball from the player prop king. Give him a follow if you like college baseball betting, because I don't bet college baseball. I don't know it. But player prop comes in, gives out some parlays, and he's hit some parlays. So he's won more than he's lost, and the parlays are plus money. So Florida State and UNC is a 132. Arkansas of Florida State is a plus 116. I know it's pronounced Arkansas. I like making jokes. It's 9 a.m. Normally your stream is on at 10 a.m. It's 9 a.m. Mountain Time? What time is it here? Did you set your clocks back? I have 12:19. What time is it? Can we get a time check for the rest of the world? What time is it on the East Coast right now? Now I'm totally confused. I am totally confused. What do you live in Arizona with the 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 daylight savings time? I was on Hofstra live on the money line for good odds. Oy. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. It's March. Anything could happen. Good example is Milwaukee 21 ticket. Exactly. Where's Coastal? Yeah, pound. Where's Coastal? Your clock says 9:90. Where do you live, Player Prop King? Where are you? It is 12:12 on the East Coast. Are you sure you're not in the West Coast, Player Prop King? You might be in the West Coast. Where Player Prop is in a time portal. 12:19, 11:19. Put your time in the. He's in Arizona. Coastal. Of course he's in Arizona. Of course he's in Arizona. With no time change with the rest of the world. Coastal versus Wake Forest to stay away from me. There you go, Anthony. No Coastal Carolina in baseball today. So player prop, it is Arizona time. It is 9:20. Aren't you? Are you in? I thought Arizona isn't in Pacific Standard Time. They're in the Mountain Time Zone. Because I thought you guys were 3 hours behind the East Coast. I don't know. I don't live there. I don't live in Arizona. I thought it was 3 hours behind. Kitty says, I run with them Colts in the city. The who? Indy? You think Indy's gonna be all right? Mike A's in the house. What do you think of the the Boston Celtics? Boston College Miami game. BC already beat them twice this year. They beat them twice. The line is 2. Miami has lost, 9, 10 in a row? And if you hadn't already, Mike, if you haven't seen the show, there is Miami on the money line. I put it out last night on Late Night Money. Oklahoma State, West Virginia, St. Louis, Miami, Stony, and Denver. So I do like the Canes. And not just because I got a Miami thing behind me. People are thinking, this guy is just a homer. I said last week, it wasn't even last week. Was it Saturday when Miami was playing Boston College? The line was 4.5, and I was thinking about taking Miami in that spot. It got steamed up to 6.5. I'm like, oh boy, what is that about? Or actually, I like Boston College, I should have said. And then went up 6.5. I'm like, I'm just staying away from that one. BC actually won that game, and yet here they are as a dog. I don't know. Give me Miami. Give me Miami. I'm Mountain Standard Time. I put my notifications on just to see the stream. Yes, so it's I'm whatever. If it's 9, well, I don't know how to even. I'm confused. It's like we live in a time warp. Jeff Bell. Everything on Cincinnati minus 10. The line moves to 9.5. The books are up to something. Everything on Cincinnati. This line was like a 10.5, 11, and now it's down. As you see, Jeff, I'm West Virginia, Stony, Denver. If you're going to give me 10 points, I will take some points here. I will take some points in these matchups. 9.5 now, huh? 9.5 across the board. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't think. I mean, everything on Cincinnati is that. I mean, how have they played? West Virginia beat them 69-65, and then you beat them at home 92-56. West Virginia had won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row before the Cincy win. Cincy is 2-5 their last 7. I mean, 3-6 their last 9. Not great. I mean, West Virginia's dropped 5 in a row and 9-10. More reason to love West Virginia in my eyes. Love the ugly. Embrace it. I wake up every morning, wash my face, and I see this. So why wouldn't I take ugliness at 10-point doggies in tournament round ones or in championship games like in Stony and Denver's case? Sign me up. I mean, we got St. Louis as a small favor, Miami on the money line. You see how I kind of think in my pick process here. But all right. That's about it. Let's go, Davidson. Player prop queen's got a question. Don't say, hey, question. Just type the question in. I'll get to it before I roll out. Oklahoma State +4, West Virginia +10.5, St. Louis -2.5, Miami moneyline -115. We're not laying 115 points for the newbies. That is a moneyline play. Stony +10 as an ad, and we added Denver as well +10 in college hoops from the Late Night Money Show. And a little bonus here for NBA. I do have the Kings today. Did bet Sacramento at home. UPenn and Toots streaming on Friday. As far as I know, we'll be streaming. As far as I know, we'll be doing the Toots show. Toots will come in with a bunch of favorites for you in the Power 5 conferences. I will be telling you to probably go the other way, but it'll be a fun show with the three of us. Always Friday. Me, Ross, and Jesse. Before that, then I get Tooch and Pound It, my usual show in between. And who knows? I might have a regular, maybe, well, actually, Midday Money. Then I go right into the Ross and Jesse. Even after that, I might go into another live show myself. We're just nonstop. But I'm out of here. If you haven't already, might hit the like button. Give it a little thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. If you're listening after the fact on YouTube, leave a comment. Let me know you're here. Podcast listeners, I appreciate you. And if you don't, like I say, go to the podcast, wherever you get your podcast, and just play my thing all day long. Just put on mute so I could run it up and get, I get that $4. It's excellent. I could go buy a pack of baseball cards or something, or get a Whataburger, Culver's, Cane's, something. I'm out of here. Good luck in your bets today, folks. Don't get buried. We're just getting started in March here. Big boys on deck. See you tonight.